What up, Dokkanners? The red Dragonstone and blue Dragonstone, these two special items are currently available on Global. One is completely free, which is this God Dragonstone 17 right here. And then the blue Dragonstone, the Super Dragonstone 10, is also available for those of you who buy the special Dragonstone pack in the Pilaf Trove. Today, we're going to be discussing which are some of the best options to pick up from the bunch of characters that are available with both of these stones. So let's just start with the free-to-play one. This is one that I think more people are asking about because there's more of a selection. I will say that as time goes on and as this stone continues to return, this is the 17th time this stone has come back, these units become less and less relevant. Now, given that Dokkan has alluded to the possibility that they're going to be doing a transcendent or like a second EZA potentially that would make older EZAs more relevant, there is going to be a possibility where these units once again become viable. But in the meantime, at the moment, there is no indication of that fact. So in terms of the selection, I personally feel like the options are very limited in terms of some of the best options here. So I'm going to give you my picks. If you guys want to share your own, feel free in the comments down below. Above all things, what I would strongly recommend is if you really want to know the absolute best and the most about which units are best for you, go to the Dokkan Wiki or go to the new Dokkan Wiki, check out the resources below, go look up each character individually, see what they do with their EZAs, because I can't possibly go through every single one in a timely video unless this is going to be like 50 minutes long, and nobody wants that for a video like this. So I would recommend you guys go through, do the due diligence yourself. I'm going to give you some of my top picks, and I'm going to tell you why, and then you guys can share your own thoughts in the comments down below. So let's gray everything out. This is the whole selection right here. So now we are going to go with our picks. My top two picks are going to be Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and STR Topo. I threw on 2 extra in here just so that it didn't seem like a very empty roster. Honestly, these guys, the Broly and the Super Saiyan Goku, are just like some of the secondary choices that I would make. But let me explain why my top 2 picks are the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and the STR Topo. So starting with the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, he is unquestionably the best tank in the bunch. Reduces damage by 80% for 10 turns. There is no health condition that you have to worry about. It's only a time restriction, 10 turns, which will get you through a lot of the events that you're trying to get through. Red Zone, Cell Max, Super Battle Road, whatever it is, for the most part, 10 turns will get you through it on average. So this guy is going to be very, very effective. Not to mention, he also has a high chance to stun, so he has a secondary useful utility for things like Super Battle Road or the first rounds of Red Zone. This guy is one of my favorite units in the entire game because of how useful he is. Fun fact, he's actually the first SSR that I ever pulled. So I do have a little bit of an extra attachment to this character, but there is a good reason for it. So if you don't have him, I would pick him up. If you already have a copy, then you could consider going for STR Topo. This is one of the best supports in the game at the moment because he provides all allies key +1, attack and defense +40, and he also nerfs enemy defense. And then on top of all of that, something that a lot of other supports don't have, he has a little bit of coverage if the going gets tough. When your health falls below 70%, he gives himself 40% damage reduction. Now, that's not obviously going to save you from everything, but when you combine that with other items or boost his defense from some other super attack, you could potentially save this unit from disaster. So I do think that this unit is still useful in terms of strictly a support, but he is a support with some backbone who can actually protect himself in certain situations. So these are my 2 top picks. If you guys already have those 2 copies and you don't want to bother picking up another copy of them, there are some other units that would also be good. Super Saiyan Goku is a fantastic Super Battle Road unit, 70% chance to dodge. He also has some critical hit put in there. AGL Broly is a fun unit to use. I enjoy using him. Dispo gains more attack. He has some dodge that he also gains over time. A lot of other units have like lower effects that are still fun to use, but I wouldn't consider them like high priority. Into Janemba, he has medium chance to guard. He's also kind of decent. Obviously, he's aged quite a bit. Physical Kid Buu is a nice support. Actually, he's the best support in the bunch. As long as your health is above a certain threshold, he can provide a 50% support, but he has no way to really protect himself. So if you don't really have any way to protect him, you could get in trouble. So if you guys want to do the due diligence, like I said, go through and look at each of them yourselves. But if you want my picks, I'm going to say Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and STR Topo. Now let's move on to the paid Dragonstone. This is not one that you get for free. You pay for the 100 Dragonstone pack, and you will pick up this blue Dragonstone, Super Dragonstone 10. So among the bunch, there are a lot more appealing choices on this side because this is paid, obviously. And now Dokkan has integrated not only the 90s, but also the 120 EZAs. Every single unit here has received an EZA, and every single one of these units is good in their own way, but I'm going to give you my top picks for these as well. So let's gray everything out. And now here are my picks. These are my top choices for the blue Dragonstone, starting with Super 17, Tech Golden Frieza, and AGL Golden Frieza. These 3 characters have one major thing in common. They are all incredible tanks. This Super 17 might honestly be the best of the bunch in terms of what he is capable of. 120 EZA becomes a 130 super or extreme AGL lead. He also can greatly raise attack and defense temporarily, has a damage reduction of 40%, which then goes up by 30% more with each attack received. So you combine all of that damage reduction along with his temporary stacking, he can do some nice things for you both offensively and defensively. Plus, he gives a nice support to target Goku in terms of critical hit. This guy is very, very good. I frequently enjoy using this unit on extreme AGL teams or Android teams. So he is a fun one to run. Make sure you guys pick him up if you don't already have him. He also works on fused fighters. Fused fighter is one of his categories, which is a popular category these days with the 7-year LR Super Saiyan 4s. The Golden Friezas, the reason why I recommend them are simple. Damage reduction. 90% damage reduction as long as your health is above 40, which is the AGL. The Tech one has an 80% damage reduction as long as your health above 50. If you fall below 50, this one also has the extra added effect of 50% damage reduction when your health falls below. So if you do fall into an emergency situation, you could combine this damage reduction with something else to get that same level of coverage. With the Golden Frieza AGL, if you fall below 40%, you are out of luck. So at that point, you're going to want to pray for some dodging or something like that. But these two units are very, very good. Now, these guys are also available on other promotions that they do throughout the year. Like recently during the thank you celebration, we had a free SSR ticket that Global received where you could pick up this AGL Golden Frieza, and I recommended that on a video a couple weeks ago. So these two units do show up a little bit more frequently. So if you don't want to waste your stone on this one per se, then maybe you could go for something like the Super 17, or you could go for something a little bit more offensive. The physical Vegito Blue is one of the most fun units to run out of the bunch because it's a very unpredictable sort of situation where you're just launching super upon super. Maybe they're all on the super attacks, maybe they're regular attacks. It's a pretty fun, high risk, high reward sort of character. The Super Saiyan 4s link very well with the 7-year LR Super Saiyan 4. The Goku in particular, both units have some pretty and crazy stat potential. If you allow them to launch enough supers, they can also counter. And the physical Cooler is an insanely powerful unit. Big Bad Bosses links very well with Wicked Bloodline. Wicked Bloodline is one of the best categories in the game right now, so these are some of my top picks if you don't want tanks. Of course, other characters are also good in their own way, so if you again want to figure out what they do, what they're all about, take a look in the Dokkan Wiki, see what they all do. I would recommend you take the time because the more information you have, the better informed you can make your decision. And both of these stones are going to be going away on the 3rd of January. That's right. So you can pick your character all the way until the 3rd of January 2023. The stone pack is going to be going away on the 27th of December. And for the Red Dragon Stone, I believe it is the same. The Red Dragon Stone, it is only available until the 3rd of January. If you don't pick anything up, it will be deleted after 180 days and it will not be useful at all after the event period is over. You cannot save this for something else in the future. It has to be done within this period. So there you have it, folks. Those are my top picks. Go crazy, pick whatever you want, and enjoy Dokkan the way you want to. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what are your top choices for the Red Dragon Stone and the Blue Dragon Stone, and why? Which unit did you pick up? Which one were you thinking about picking up? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know when to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.